views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Angels and Answers Psychic Radio Show with clairvoyants Artie Hoffman and Sky Siegell. Artie is a renowned psychic, medium, spiritual life coach, and entertaining motivational speaker. Sky's given talent of inner guidance gives her the ability to interpret feelings and images impressed upon her by the spirit world. Call now for answers from your guardian angels and loved ones at 800-930-2819. And now here are your hosts, Artie and Sky.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to our wonderful Angels and Answers radio show. Another Thursday with Sky Siegell and Artie Hoffman. How you doing, Artie?
I'm doing good. So everybody is going crazy here in New Jersey, New York area with all the snow that we're having.
Yay.
And, I got news for you. As a kid, when I tell you, when it snowed like this, it was like a holiday for me.
It was a holiday.
Be out of school. Yeah, got to be out of school. Loved snow days. Loved making the igloos. Loved the snowmen. Loved the snowball fights. When I tell you I couldn't get enough of it as a kid, I loved it. Shoveling snow, making money. I'm telling you, the Jew in me, the Jewish fella in me was unbelievable.
Yeah, I love that too.
And then we invested. We got ourselves a snowblower. We made some more money.
Wow. You were high tech.
I'm telling you, back then I was high tech. And when I tell you the kids on my block were so jealous, they were yelling at me saying, "You can't do that. You can't do that." And guess what? I did it.
That's really cool, having a snowblower. Wow. That's really high tech. Yeah, we just had a shovel.
Way back in the day it was.
What?
Yeah, way back in the day it was.
Yeah. It really was.
So anyway, so how'd your reads go this week? So you said you had a few reads this week.
Oh, yes. I had a lot of reads this week. They all went very well. A lot of people connected to their loved ones who they haven't heard from in many, many years. And, of course, they're on the other side. And there was a lot of reuniting, a lot of faith, a lot of beautiful messages from the other side. And I made a lot of people very happy. What I do is very special for them. And, you can't fake it. I mean, the things that come out are so important to the people. And I would have no way of knowing these things. And it really bonds their faith with knowing that there are people on the other side just watching, and they're there with them every single day of their life. And it's very heartwarming for me because, it makes me realize how important it is to have that faith, to keep constantly remembering that we don't lose our loved ones. They're waiting for us,
Yeah, nothing makes me happier. Well, I can't say that. There's a lot of things that make me happy, but one thing that makes me very, very happy is when somebody says to me after their reading, Artie, I was very skeptic going into this, but you made me a believer. So when I hear those words, or when I hear a situation where I was able to tell somebody something that they specifically got from their loved one, or that special something they did. And I'm sure you have this too, Scott, but there are times where if somebody says, well, what was my nickname from them, or what was that thing that they gave me or did or whatnot, not always can we pull it up for whatever reason. Can't always pull it up. Sometimes we can and sometimes we can't. I don't know. It's like, are you able, if somebody says to you, what was my nickname growing up? You don't know, because it's the message is given to you in the moment. So sometimes it takes a little time. And I don't want to be able to tell somebody, like, I'm guessing at it. It's like I'll hear thoughts in my head, and sometimes, like, well, should I say it, or am I guessing, or is it really for real? But if I hear it, I say it. And,
you have to. It's your commitment to spirit. Whatever you hear, you have to say. And that's like me. I'm committed to spirit. Whatever they tell me, I tell them. Usually if they have a nickname, they're going to say it themselves. Like, I'm going to hear it straight from spirit. Like, if you have a nickname of Bubba, I'll say, and I'm being told that because usually from the other side, they know what you want to hear. So they'll tell me right away, tell Bubba, and then it won't make any sense to me because they haven't asked me yet for a nickname. So I would say, he wants me to tell Bubba, and they'll break down because they know that was their nickname with this particular person. Do you understand? So, you know, to me, it's very heartwarming to see this. And I can't tell you how many people have said to me, you have made a believer out of me, or there's the air quality in this house right now is just so different. It's so wonderful. It's so different. It's so light. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. And I love it.
Thank God for Febreze.
Yeah, right. You know, we have two callers waiting, God. We have two callers waiting. We have David from Israel. Hi, David from Israel. How are you?
Good, thank God. How are you guys?
I'm good. I'm very good. What can we do for you today, love?
I'm just wondering how to go about expanding maybe consciousness and connecting better with Source and maybe the angels and what you guys sense.
Yeah, I could answer that for you. Have you ever meditated?
A little bit, but nothing deeply.
Meditation is the best way to open up your chakras and to connect with the other side. It takes some concentration and it takes some practice, but once you get it down, you will be amazed at how your third eye will open. And meaning the third eye, that is the eye that is located, the imaginary eye that's located between your both eyes on your eyebrow line is your third eye.
I want to be able to share something with you. Also, within meditation, what will help you out a lot, if you want to get deeper to your higher conscious level, sit in a dim area place, all right, where there's very low light. It's mostly darkness. And burn a candle or two, and also burn incense. Incense arouses the spirits. All right. Now, if you look at a picture, whether it be of a deceased loved one, or you want to look at a picture of somebody who you appreciate spiritually, and you look into their eyes and look into their eyes, you are going to start to get messages. You are going to start to get messages. And it's being very calm. The incense is going to arouse the spirit world. And the candlelight, it will personally, sedate you. And you're going to realize, wow, this is amazing. And that's how I got started. And I literally impressed myself. I was blown away. And now I do it on a regular basis.
But, David, go ahead. No, I was just going to tell David, the messages that you're getting in your head, you have to believe that they're from the other side. Okay. Don't say, that's just my imagination. You have
write it down on a piece of paper.
Right. Very important. Okay. Because sometimes what we do is, we hear the message and we challenge it. And we say, that couldn't have been a message. That was probably my imagination. What am I doing? You know what I mean? But no, listen to it, write it down on paper, go back to it. Because what you'll hear once, when you go back to the message, you'll get something else out of it. Very important.
Okay.
Well,
okay, do you guys sense anything? Or?
Well, what I want you to do also
have any messages
is jot down. Have a paper and a pen. I know what you're asking, but hold on. Have a paper and a pen with you when you start to meditate, because you're going to start getting answers. If you do it, some people just ask and say, oh, okay, and then choose not to do anything with it. You have to be very proactive.
Yeah.
So the more you do it, the better you're going to be at it.
David, I'm feeling that you're going into. Excuse me.
Yes.
Hello? I'm feeling as though
yes, hello.
Yes. Do you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. I'm feeling as though there's going to be money transfer for you, money between hands, whether you're starting a partnership or somebody's about to give you money, or you're going to. I feel like there's almost like a partnership going to start, or there's going to be a transfer of money from someone to you for a service, a business. Does that make sense to you?
Okay. Yeah.
It's going to work out well for you. Excuse me?
That's wonderful to hear.
Oh, great.
It's funny because before you said that, I saw something with a bank vault. I literally did. I saw a bank vault opening, and before you said anything, and I was thinking, does this guy work for a bank? But as you're mentioning about, this business opportunity and is it going to be successful? Yeah, it's going to be very successful. So you really won't have anything to worry about.
I'm feeling the same.
Well, wonderful. Then I'll have more time to meditate.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, listen, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for reaching out to us.
Thank you. Take care, David.
Thank you so much.
That was very nice.
When I heard David from Israel, when I first heard that, my next door neighbor, who I grew up with, his name is David, and he lives in Israel. I thought that was him, but it wasn't him, but I thought that was him. So that's very interesting. And, so as everyone has experienced just now, Sky and I were able to connect with Spirit. We're able to do readings over the phone, not just in person. Right. And we're both based out of New Jersey. Her number, if you want a personal reading, is 908-500-1474. I almost forgot it. And my number is 877-ANGEL-02. And I just want to tell everybody we're going to be going to a commercial break, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back right after this commercial.
Chris Stanis is a spiritual leader and healer and teaches a course on how you can transform your life through a meditation and healing system that will manifest your spirit's dreams. She manifested the Women of Wisdom Conference, the Women of Wisdom book, and this radio show. And she can show you how to change your life too. Are you ready? Visit the website and contact her at voicesofwomentoday.com. That's voicesofwomentoday.com.
Tune in to the Angels and Answers Psychic Radio Show with clairvoyants Artie Hoffman and Sky Siegell every Thursday for a 2-hour show, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio. Artie and Sky deliver spiritual and motivational messages with passion and a sense of humor. Call in 800-930-2819 for live and on-air readings. Visit artiehoffman.com and skyofangels.com.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health. Contact me now at maryjanemack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit maryjanemack.com.
Sky Siegell co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
Is traditional medicine not working for you? Do you still feel as if your health isn't 100%? Here at the Holistic Medical Center, Dr. Nushin Darvish and the qualified staff look through the dimensions of wellness and start a healing plan prioritized to your needs. Our physicians assess the whole you until complete health is achieved. Get the help you need by visiting drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Artie Hoffman is the hottest psychic with the warmest heart and the host of the hit show Angels and Answers. A renowned psychic, medium, spiritual life coach, and an entertaining motivational speaker, Artie has helped over 15,000 people with his amazing intuitive gifts, his passion, and his humor. Call 877-ANGEL-02 to schedule a personal reading or to have your own psychic Artie party. That's 877-ANGEL-02. And visit artiehoffman.com and Angels and Answers on Facebook.
Welcome back, everybody. That's right. We're in from New Jersey, Jackson and Woodbridge, baby. Jackson and Woodbridge. It's the place to be at in the snowy weather of New Jersey. So, if anybody wants to call in to get a reading or to discuss any topics, the number is 800-930-2819. 800-930-2819.
Well, so, we do have another caller, Marina from Seattle.
Cool.
Marina,
hello?
Are you there? Yes.
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello.
Hello?
Okay. Hi. I'm right here. I'm looking for some answers from my angels on my career path.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling stuck on it, and I want to see if there's any messages there of how to.
The moment you said that,
get ahead.
Whoops. The moment you said that, I saw a school. Now, I don't know if you're in the teaching business or, what your career is, but I saw school.
Do you do something with the piano? For some reason, as soon as I heard your voice, I kept on seeing something with music and piano.
No. No.
Marina.
Okay.
Hello?
Yep.
Okay. Are
Hello,
you any
can you
kind
hear
of
me?
teacher? Yes. When I heard you and asked when you were talking about your career, I saw school. I don't know if you're a teacher or you need to go back to school for something. Are you a teacher of any kind?
No, I'm not. I'm actually in real estate.
Okay. What they showed me was a school building. So what that means to me, if you're not a teacher, is that you need to take another class or another course to further yourself. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's a broker's licensing so that you could become further along in your career because, it could be slow where you are right now, the sales of houses. But I do know that there is education involved for you to further your career choice.
Who's a person in spirit possibly who plays the piano? Because I'm not wrong, because the image is way too strong. Somebody was a very good piano player around you.
Around me, a piano player. There's nobody that I know of.
All right, if you can't appreciate it now, trust me a billion times. This person is around you, but I keep on seeing something with piano playing, or you are going to be working at a place where they sell pianos or something, but there's a strong connection to pianos because that's all I keep seeing around you. And it's okay if you don't understand it now, you'll understand it later. Also, I'm feeling that there's something with your lower leg or your foot that you're going to need to get taken care of, because I see it needing to be soaked in Epsom salt or, to heal your foot or your leg. I'm just seeing something that needs to be healed within your leg or your foot. Have you been having any problems now?
With my feet, yes.
Okay, just soak it in like warm, like Epsom salt, like I said, and or baking powder. And just allow it to, as hot as you could possibly take it, and just let it sit there for about 10, 15 minutes and then take it out. You might want to do this twice back to back for about 10, 15 minutes, and then just put some kind of a lotion on it. So it could, the lotion could, the skin could soak up the lotion. And you're going to see your feet are going to feel much, much better after you do this a few times.
Okay.
What career? You said that you were doing real estate. What, are you tired of real estate right now?
No, I'm not. It's just I just want to move forward, and I don't want to move into a different area. And I am going to school to take the class that I need. But it's
Scott,
the opportunities that I want are coming slowly.
Yeah, well, I saw her going to school right away. I saw school, but she's not gonna go very far unless she does complete this class. And I'm gonna tell you something. I hate to be the one, bearer of bad news, but as far as the career as selling houses, I don't think it's really going to take off for you. I don't feel that way. I feel that you're better suited to do something else. I just feel as though, it's like a big waste of time for you to even put any more of your time into your career as a real estate
agent. As a realtor.
Yeah, I don't feel it. It's gonna benefit you. I think going to school is a great thing, but I think you should change what you're doing. When they show me school, they usually mean either one, a teacher, or two, that you're going to school. Now, since you are going to school, is there any way to maybe change what you're doing? Maybe go into, I see like numbers also for you, like working with figures. I see like something very strongly with you working with figures. So I want to say like either accounting or something that works with numbers, like a bank, working in a bank or something like that. You know what I mean?
You're going to think this is crazy, but there's going to be somebody who's, I almost want to say a friend of a friend or a relative of a friend who is actually going to help you get your foot in the door to your next career. I don't feel it's going to be directly your friend, but I feel like it's a friend of a friend or a relative of a friend who is going to assist you in your next career move, believe it or not.
And I see a lot of numbers involved with it. I see numbers. I see you doing numbers, figures. Because I don't see anything really going too big with the real estate. I'll be honest with you. Sorry to say that. Has it been a while since you sold anything substantial?
Well, actually, what I do, I have got my license and I work for a real estate company, but I don't sell anything for them. I actually get paid by showing the homes and doing their open houses for them. So,
for doing the open houses.
Yeah, well, I see you like slapping into a brick wall with that. I don't think that there's going to be. I don't feel that you're going to do very well in there. I feel like you know what? I'm even getting right now, even the mortgage broker aspect of it, like taking mortgages out or loans and things like that. I think you're more suited for that. As far as you selling houses or showing houses, you're going to get to a certain point, and it's going to be like a dead wall. It's going to be sporadic. It's not going to be something where it's like every day you're going to get you're going to get a certain amount of money coming in for the month and whatnot. I think it's going to be too erratic for you. But I feel like if you stay within the number range, like if you become sort of like a broker, like a mortgage financer, or like selling mortgages or something inside the mortgage company where you're working with the numbers aspect of it, with the financing, that's where I see you making money. Does that sound about right? Does that sound like something that you would like to do?
Yes, it's a possibility. I mean, everything's on the table. Nothing is off the table. So,
okay. So I see
looking at that.
I feel like you're going to do very well in that, getting people mortgages, the numbers aspect of it, the money.
It's very important that you go out socially also to clear out your brains, because I feel like you've been feeling like very stagnant overall with your life, or you're just feeling stagnant is the best word. And I feel like it would be very, very beneficial for you to go out more socially and just to, rather than just focusing just on work and home. I feel like it's very important for you to, expand your horizons on the playful side of life and not just always being wrapped up in responsibilities. But right now we got to wrap up soon for a commercial. So
it was nice speaking with you, Marina, and good luck.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. So anyway, but this week's segment, which we'll talk about once we get back from the commercial break, is about having blind faith, and the importance of having blind faith and not giving up on yourself. And, a lot of times people give up easily because things aren't happening instantaneously. Sometimes you have to go backwards to move forward. And there are a lot of people who are afraid to give up what they have at the risk of giving up what they have to move forward. And it can be a very scary transition. But, this is all about, like I said, it's about having blind faith, knowing that so long as your energy is in the right direction and you're having a goal to go after and you want something to happen really bad, or if you want it within your heart and soul, you just have to believe and you have to do whatever it takes to make that happen. But when you don't have a goal to go to, then you're just surviving your life, and that's never a lot of fun.
That's so true.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to be going to a commercial break. And Sky, say your before we go to
my phone number. Well, guys,
phone number.
If you want a reading from me, my number is 908-500-1474. And Artie?
And my number, if you want a reading over the phone or in person, it's 877-ANGEL-02. And just so you know, Sky and I, we also travel all over the place to do parties and events and all that other good stuff. And we're right at weddings, funerals, and bar mitzvahs, so please give us a call. And so Sky and I, we're going to be right back right after this commercial break.
Siegell co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com. Tune in to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio to harness your connection with the universe to effect change for optimal success and happiness. Named one of the country's top psychics, Eve now brings her insights and gifts to this weekly hit call-in show, joined by visionaries, leaders, and gifted others, but mostly you. Jot it down, Thursdays, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
On the cutting edge of the new mainstream, Christine Upchurch is passionate about bringing together science, psychology, and spirituality in a way that can be applied to our everyday lives for true transformation. The Christine Upchurch Show, stellar conversations to illuminate your journey, engages some of the most outstanding visionaries on the planet in lively dialogue to inspire you to become that bright light you're meant to be. Join Christine every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time on KKNW, AM 1150, and Transformation Talk Radio.
Tune in to the Angels and Answers Psychic Radio Show with clairvoyants Artie Hoffman and Sky Siegell every Thursday for a 2-hour show, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio. Artie and Sky deliver spiritual and motivational messages with passion and a sense of humor. Call in 800-930-2819 for live and on-air readings. Visit artiehoffman.com and skyofangels.com.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health. Contact me now at MaryJaneMack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit MaryJaneMack.com.
Tune in to Dynamics of Diversity Radio, scripting the new narrative for immigration with leading experts Kripa Upadhyaya and Steve Tanijo on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This show will remove the noise that often accompanies discussions on this topic and share a new perspective on the dynamics of immigration and diversity, ever reminding us that together we are all at the core of innovation, excellence, and positive change. Visit OrbitLawPLLC.com for upcoming topics.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? You're with Artie and Sky, Angels and Answers. And like I was saying, this week's topic is about having blind faith. And it's very hard when things are not going your way, whether it be in the love department, whether it be with your career. You try and try and try. It's like, when am I going to, make it happen? The weird thing is that for people who are about to give up a career, all of a sudden, as soon as they're about to give up and they just left or they're about to leave, all of a sudden things start to open up, like major breakthroughs. And just as they're giving up,
That's true.
It's the same thing. It's also the same thing with about when people are trying to get pregnant. It's another thing. They're trying to get pregnant. They can't. All of a sudden,
they adopt, they get pregnant. Right.
And they get pregnant. You go away on vacation.
Blessing.
Right. You go away on vacation. Do you know what? It just hit me just this second. It hit me.
What?
That I just had a strong epiphany for the very first time on this topic matter I'm about to discuss, and I know I'm not wrong. The reason why people get pregnant after they adopt is because those people who adopt were meant to have that child or those children that they're adopting.
Yes. That's exactly right.
And then God just blessed them with having a child because they created it. They wanted it so bad that they said, you know what, I'm going to adopt a child. And so it was meant for you to adopt that child. It was meant to happen that way. There is no mistake. It just hit me just now.
Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to tell you something. I knew that all along because in my family, we have adopted children. I have an adopted daughter, and I know that I was supposed to have her in my life. I know that. And plus, God granted me the beautiful ability to have my own natural children. But I still have my adopted daughter, Amy. So, God knows who needs to be in your life and when they need to be in your life. So, even if you can have children, if you feel as though you want to adopt a child because you have enough love in your heart, that's a blessing beyond blessings. And, you're supposed to do it. That child is meant to be in your family, meant to be. And that child is created for you. And I've seen it a million times. I've seen it like adopted children looking just like their regular parent, their adopted parents. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes it's scary how much they look alike or how much they think alike, or, they say they're the same, just like their parents are. But that's such a beautiful thing because, if you're meant to have an adopted child, that child will funnel itself somehow into your life. And it's amazing when you could have your own child and people will relax at that point after they have become parents. Let's say they're trying to have a child and they don't conceive. They're all tense. They're working too hard at it. And all of a sudden they adopt a child and they relax because that other child that was adopted was supposed to be in their lives. They got what they were supposed to have. And now they're relaxed. And now, boom, they get pregnant. What a beautiful thing.
As soon as you give up all the stress,
as
soon as you give up all the fear, understand, easier said than done. But when you could get to a place of, you know what, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it happens, it happens. And then when you let it go, when you totally let it go, that's when magic happens.
Isn't that true? I've seen it 1,000 times. I really have. And it's such a beautiful thing. And
then there are people. Go ahead.
No, go.
And then there are people out there who could pop out kids like they're Pez, like one after another. They can't even afford it, and yet they're popping them out like 5, 8, 12 at a time. And,
I hear you.
And then you have these people who really want a child, and God only knows why this happens the way it does. I mean, I can't wait to see the coming attractions once I pass away to see like the meaning of this.
Well,
why
you know what it is. Look, we're spiritual people. We know that when it's time for us to come back down here, we have already written in a contract what we desire to learn in this realm, in this new lifetime.
Of course.
Whatever happens to us in this lifetime, we have to accept, because this is what we signed up for. So if we are childless, or if we adopt children, or if we have our own children, this is what we signed up for. So we have to accept it. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, because you don't know. And it's such a beautiful thing that God gave us, because, look, he gave us the ability not to remember, because if we remember here, it wouldn't be so important to fulfill these joys, to fulfill your life, to live every moment to the fullest, which Artie said before, people are not doing and should really do. So, we get this ability to forget and make new memories. And then when we get back to where we come from, heaven, then everything is crystal clear. And we see where we screwed up. We see if we learned what we were supposed to come down here to learn. And if we didn't, we have to do it again,
This would be interesting. I bet you this is one of the main reasons why that, God gave us this brain, that we have these capabilities of doing so much in this life, but yet we only use what they say, less than 10%. Maybe I'm wrong, but less than 10%. And I feel like the reason why is because if we did have greater expansion for our brains, it's like, God, you gave us this brain, so why aren't we capable of using 100% of it? Literally, why can't we use 100% of our capabilities? And I believe that we're limited, all right, because if we actually had that concept of being able to use 100% of our brain, that we would have that a lot of our lessons would not be learned, because a lot of our lessons of this lifetime has to do with past karmic lessons of previous lives. So our memories are blocked out.
So true. Said well. Spoken well. Listen, I believe that too. I really do. Because you know what? Think about it. The brain is the least that we know about in medical terms. We know everything about every organ except the brain. They can't figure it out. So complex, and there's so many brilliant minds out there.
You want to know something? I'm having like an epiphany moment here. I've been burning this Indian scent, and let me tell you something. My channels have opened up wide, and I know why the brain is the hardest thing to figure out. As far as what you said, we figured out a lot, but not all of it, because while the brain is alive, it's not like you could just open up someone's brain and then get a feedback. See, we could get a feedback when with liver, with heart, or whatever, while people are alive. But with the brain, the only time they could really probe it is when somebody's dead.
True.
Literally. And so you don't know in the extreme detail, because you can't get a response from the person because they're dead.
True. True.
So being that the brain is the one that sends all the signals to every aspect of our body and of our mind and of our soul, it's the brain that, is so, technical.
You know what? Also, I think, Artie, you're right. I get it. Because everything is stored up in that brain, I don't think that when you go on to the next place, let's say when you die here and you go on to heaven, I think your brain is still functioning in some capacity. The thought that is involved, like the brain waves, although they seem dead here, there must be, when we go to our next journey, there must be some connection to the brain and that journey.
I'm going to tell you what I got. Well, no, I'm going to tell you what I got. Our soul, I don't know if I fully agree with that. I'm not saying that you're wrong. All I'm saying is, from my perception, from what I understand, as I'm listening to you, the soul is what activates the brain. The soul activates the brain so the soul could express itself in the human body form.
It's a possibility. Or vice versa.
The soul doesn't need the brain anymore. It doesn't need all the other physical aspects anymore. Because the soul could function on its own up in, La La Land, up in, the spiritual world. It has everything that it needs on the other side. But when it goes into the human body, you have the emotions, because the brain activates the emotions, it activates the pain, it activates thought, But the soul already has all of this. So, once it disperses from it, but the soul just sits there. We just experience what's going on in life.
But maybe it's a filing cabinet for the soul. Maybe it's like the receptor, the microphone for the soul. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be useful in some capacity. So maybe it's like the filing cabinet where it filters through to the soul, and then when it's not necessary anymore, the soul is full of the information that the brain carries. We cease to exist in this lifetime, but we still take all that knowledge with us to the next journey. It's so complicated. I got to ask my spirits about that, if they'll tell me.
And then a lot of people say, well, my spouse or my kids don't have a brain. They don't use their brain.
Yeah, right?
So damn
I
stupid.
got a few of those.
They get so frustrated. Why don't you think? It's like, it's funny. My father would yell at me. He would yell at me and says, why don't you think? And I'd look at him and I'd say, you know what? To tell you the truth, I haven't thought about it.
So bad.
How crazy is that? All right, everybody, stick around, because Sky and I, we're going to be right back right after this commercial break.
Siegell co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com. Tune in to the Angels and Answers Psychic Radio Show with clairvoyants Artie Hoffman and Sky Siegell every Thursday for a 2-hour show, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio. Artie and Sky deliver spiritual and motivational messages with passion and a sense of humor. Call in 800-930-2819 for live and on-air readings. Visit artiehoffman.com and skyofangels.com.
Join in on one of the most life-transforming adventures in personal expansion and world service. In each of our upcoming shows, you're going to have the opportunity to join thousands as we focus healing energy to elevate and balance our world. This is a chance for like-minded individuals like you and I to join forces with light workers all over the globe as we light the way for peace, harmony, and a world driven by love. You'll also learn about magical innate abilities that you can develop and use to make your dreams come true. Joy Elaine, author of The Joy Chronicles, invites you to join her and millions of others working with the Galactic Masters, Angels, and the Ashtar Command as they assist humanity and planet Earth to achieve their ultimate destination of ascension. For more information, visit joyelaine.com. That's joy, ELAINE.com.
You, yes you, can be the highest version of yourself. Wellness coach and natural beauty expert Dr. Agnes Renkel is on a mission to help you play the game of your life. Win in vibrancy, health, and beauty. Because you deserve it. Dr. Agnes goes beyond the limits in her personal coaching sessions to revolutionize health and wellness. Now is the time to unleash your true power. For more information, visit dragnesfrankel.com.
Artie Hoffman is the hottest psychic with the warmest heart and the host of the hit show Angels and Answers. A renowned psychic, medium, spiritual life coach, and an entertaining motivational speaker, Artie has helped over 15,000 people with his amazing intuitive gifts, his passion, and his humor. Call 877-ANGEL-02 to schedule a personal reading or to have your own psychic Artie party. That's 877-ANGEL-02. And visit artiehoffman.com and Angels and Answers on Facebook.
All right, welcome back, everybody. You're with Artie and Sky with Angels and Answers. And, we have just a few more minutes left to entertain you guys, or if you want a reading, our number is 800-930-2819. Or if you wanted to add into our conversation, feel free. What's really interesting, what I get a personal high on, I get a high on when you have these philosophers, these famous theorists, people who are big time into theory and what do they call philosophers, who are very philosophers, yeah. I'm amazed how even they speak on such like Albert Einstein, who speaks of such theory that's so above and beyond the human thought process.
Yeah,
and
talk about a brain, huh?
Like half of them believe in God, and the other half don't believe in God. It's weird, but they're also scientifically, like connected on such a deep level. It's like, why don't we all have this ability? It's like, it's crazy. Seriously, it's crazy how some people, I'll give you an example. People who could develop neighborhoods, people who develop Disney World, people who could create planes, people who could create cars and the cell phone and putting satellites and all that stuff. I mean, it's the capacity.
It's their mind, the way their minds function. It's the way they're wired. It's amazing that they could do it.
Even what we do, be able to connect to the other side.
That's true. That's true.
And it's like there's not a lot of people who could do what we do. But yet, we do it on a regular basis, and it's like sometimes we take it for granted. Now, granted, for you were born with it, and for me, it was like, I had to develop it, and I didn't even develop it until like halfway into my life. And all of a sudden, I said, oh, wow, cool. I didn't even know like this could exist. But like once you learn the technique, like this other guy called up earlier today, goes, how do I get, deeper into my spirituality or meditation? And there are techniques, but you got to physically practice it. You got to physically practice it. You just don't read a book and that's it and you know it. It's about practicing. It's about physically doing it. If you want to become a good swimmer, you just don't read about it. You have to get in the water and really work your muscles.
Exactly. But I do believe that our brains, like the people who like do what we do, I do feel, and I don't know if this is from spirit, and I think this is from spirit, we're just wired a little differently. There's a little tiny modicum of space in our brain that is more functionable than, let's say, the guy who can't connect with spirit. Because there are so many people that I know who have tried for years and years and years to develop what we can do and just don't. Just can't do it.
You want to know something, how I did it? I literally went into a childlike state of mind with no exaggeration.
Yeah.
Childlike state of mind. And I look at the pictures and I literally pretend in my mind, although it's not pretending, but logically explaining, I just pretend that the picture is talking to me and I'm just telling the people what the picture is saying. What, like they say, a picture says 1,000 words. They literally say 1,000 words. And I just expressed to it. You know, for you, you don't need it. It just, you know, you'll just pull it out. Sometimes I don't need a picture. They'll just, the spirit's that strong, and I'll be able just to mimic or say whatever they're saying. Mm-hmm. But for me, I always love that crutch of the picture. So when I look into their eyes, they just start communicating to me. And,
yes.
But it is. It's a blessing, you know.
It is a blessing. You know, and you know what, Artie? I feel that anybody who is interested, like David, who was our first caller, I truly believe that David is meant to connect spiritually in a stronger capacity, because I believe that David has the ability to do that. I feel that he does have the ability to do that, and I do feel that his brain is wired to do it. It's just he's got to get on the train to get there. You understand? And I feel anybody... Sure.
I got to tell you something funny. And it made me laugh. And it's really, we could do with whatever we want to do. And it's really simple. It's just that we put these mental roadblocks that stop us from achieving our goals or whatever we want to do. So it was really interesting. So here I am. I'm speaking with a friend of mine, and also, from the yesteryears. His name's Adrian. And I had a pain in my body, and it wouldn't go away. And he goes to me really calmly. He says, Artie, he says, I'll take it away from you. I said, you could heal? He goes, yeah, I could heal. I go, how did you learn how to do that? And he said calmly, he goes, I saw somebody else do it to somebody else, and their pain went away. And he said, it really seemed pretty simple. And he said, I could do that.
Really?
And so, yeah, he just looked at it. He goes, I could do that. He said, and he didn't take any classes, but he just put his mind to it, and he just said, you know, within his calmness, he just said, you know, yeah, I'll help you. I said, no big deal. He goes, I said, all right, where do you want to meet on? He goes, no, we don't have to meet any place. He says, I'll just talk to you later on the phone, because I was with him in person. He goes, I'll call you up on the phone while I'm talking to you. Your pain will go away. I go, is there any prayers or anything? He goes, no, don't worry about it. So anyway, so I give him a call later on, and, you know, I had literally pain in my shoulders and in my neck. And and as he's talking to me, and he goes, Artie, he goes, your pains are going away now. And I started to laugh at it because he just started saying it as a matter of fact. And so I said, as I was laughing, I go, yeah, that's great, you know, that's simple. He goes, yeah, don't worry about it. He says, you're not going to feel anything in a little bit. So we're talking about conversation and whatnot. And wouldn't you know it, I'd be damned, my freaking pains were gone.
Amazing. Well, we have a mutual friend who does our radio show with us sometimes, Guy Lazarus. He is natural. He's a natural healer. I mean, he never took a class. He never took a lesson. He's just gifted in a way that is absolutely, you know, from God. And
yeah, I always said to the guy, I said, you know, you're gifted.
He is. He's tremendously gifted.
Child.
He is. He's very gifted. And, you know, and sometimes if you don't feel good, even when you talk to him, he's got that voice that is calming,
that calming demeanor.
Yes, he does. So that's a gift from God, what he has. I don't think you could learn that in a book or through experience. It's just something that God gives certain people. And he's blessed with that, you know? It's a beautiful thing to see. Huh?
Yeah, but still, regardless of whatever you have, whatever gifts you have, it could be anything. When you have it could be a musical talent, it could be singing, it could be spiritual, it could be whatever, it could be an electrician. When you have a passion of wanting to learn something, the drive of your passion will get you there.
True.
And, you know, and this is, again, about blind faith. So if you don't first succeed, then just keep up with it. Or sometimes you need to step back and take a break from whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Just because you're not necessarily pushing, means that you're going to achieve your goal because you're pushing super hard. It just doesn't work like that. But all right, well, listen, we got to say goodnight. Yeah. So listen up. So from my mouth to God's ears, may God bless all of you with lots of love, health, happiness, and prosperity. Always believe in the Holy Spirit and your guardian angels. Just ask them for anything, and they will pull through for you one way or another. They
Yes,
will
they will.
They will give you answers. They will give you answers and assistance, but you need to ask.
Yes, I agree with that, folks. Make sure you ask every day and thank them, too, because they're always around you, whether you know it or not. They're always with you.
Always, always. All right, everybody. Well, listen up. Until next week, God bless you all, and happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's, everyone.
You've been listening to Angels and Answers Psychic Radio Show with clairvoyants Artie Hoffman and Sky Siegell. Tune in every Thursday for this great 2-hour show at 2 p.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And remember to call in at 800-930-2819 to get answers from your guardian angels and loved ones. Artie and Sky have helped thousands of people with remarkable accuracy as they tune in, use their intuitive gifts and inner guidance, and communicate with people's angels and loved ones who have passed on. To schedule your session, call Artie at 877-ANGEL-02 and visit artiehoffman.com and call Sky at 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com for personal or group readings. And tune in next week for this fabulous hit show.